Welcome back to Factorio launch per second. We're starting to get quite close, and we're also getting quite close to release 13. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I mean obviously Steam doesn't actually allow you to disable updates, so I mean it should be no surprise to you that I was playing long before the game actually got released onto Steam. And so I have another copy on my hard drive, and I'll be playing from that if 13 comes along and gets in the way, until at least all the mods work and we can move to 13. I'm kind of thinking that I'll demonstrate launch per second on 12, and then as soon as all the mods work on 13, make sure it works on 13, and then I can have another episode showing it off on 13. Why not? Anyway, in this episode, we have one final product for the speed modules and the process, what are these, logic boards? Electronic logic boards that we need for the rocket control units. And then we can move on to, yeah, something else. So, we need fiberglass, I believe. That was the final ingredient. So we've got all three of those coming in. We need the fiberglass board. Now the fiberglass board is here. It just needs plastic and glass. Now glass is actually really easy, but we're not making it over here yet, so we'll remedy that. It simply needs silicon plate. Where is it in fact? That's glass there. Quartz. Oh, it needs the ore rather, not the plate. Yeah, it doesn't need the plate, it needs the ore. And it just gets converted in a, well, our furnace, basically. Now, where would we like the glass to come down is probably the most relevant question. We want to put it next to this one. We want to process it into fiberglass at some point as well. What do we need? Plastic. This was plastic, wasn't it? Yes. Well, what I could do... What rate are we going to consume these at? One fiberglass board for each one of those. How many of those do we need in this recipe? One. And we need basically 84 of these per second divided by 4 due to the productivity, so we need 21 per second. We have 8 in total, so 21 divided by 8, which is almost 3. Close to 3, but over 2.5. We have a 4 times multiplier there, so it's more or less 1 a second per machine, so we're going to need about 8 per second. Without any speed ups, we get 2 every half second, so one machine will be totally adequate for this. Yeah, actually one machine, we could actually even use the small machine as long as we have two express inserters taking it out. Then would be supplying 1 a second to a belt, and that should be sufficient. So we could come over here for the fiberglass. And put it somewhere here. I might just put a placeholder. That's our placeholder, roughly where we want to bring the glass when finished. So the glass could come down here and then come in, basically. And if that's the case, And we'll need even less glass, so how quick does glass manufacture? Takes 3.5 seconds, but we multiply by 4. How many glass in a fiberglass? Just 1. To be on the safe side, let's use 2 machines. You're making glass. Because I think it was close. So 2 machines. Express inserter and a row of express inserters. There we go, glass. Now, as discussed, we want the glass to come out here somewhere. Let's just work out where that is again. Yes, I think it's basically just out from where we're running here. So if we do a turn from there and use underground, we should be right. Whoops. Right, we're almost at our location. So ideally, we would have glass kind of come through to about there. Not glass, fiberglass, of course, is what I mean. Okay, so this will be the fiberglass coming through. And we can just do the same thing all the way along, really. But of course it doesn't quite reach, but that doesn't matter. A tiny bit of belt here and there never hurt anybody. Number 3, so there should only be one more. And that does, in fact, look to be the case. There we go. Now, let's just finish off the fiberglass. Let's have this come down here. Oops, that's not going the way I want it to. It's going the right way all along. Alright. So, why don't we just use 2 of these machines just to be, you know, ultra cautious to make sure that there's sufficient supply. And that means that we would like a supply of plastic about there. There's our plastic, and we would like a supply of glass coming through to about there. Guide modules in these. Express long inserter. Express inserter. Express inserters. Glass. Power. And check. That's working. Here they come. They're already at the bottom there. They're coming through here. They're coming through there. And they're coming through there. I wonder if we would be better off if... Not that it's going to be a problem as soon as it's filled the thing, but this guy has got... I mean, they both have tons of resources in it. Why don't we use some express near inserters? Well, there's one. Let's build one more. There, so they both can run pretty much at full pace. Doesn't really matter. It will soon fill up the second side as well. Be interesting to see. Yes, there they go. A few getting through, and any on the inside here. One or two. Alright. So, are you ready for us to turn this on? According to me, it should all just work. Power poles. One there. One here. One here. One in the middle of that side. One in the middle of that side. We are getting processing boards. What about modules? Speed modules. Oh, I can see an error. That is facing the wrong way. And there we go, speed modules. We seem to be facing the right way there. Let's just fix them all. And power to the other ones. Oops. You're just carrying power. You're providing... Oops, we don't have power up there. That's no good. Where did I put... I had one that was up there. Alright. One there, one there. One there, one there. And there was action on multiple fronts. How is our power grid doing? Handling it with ease, I think. We're getting them from there. Why aren't we getting modules? You're missing the cases. There you go. We've got some now. Yep. Just takes a while. What is the cases? Oh, it's because it waits for so many aluminium pipes for some reason. Excellent. Well, that's the first half of our episode. Now, one thing that I might do, I've extended the pumps and so on here. I've doubled it up. That might help a little bit. The other thing I want to do is, I think I will change the threshold down. At the moment, if it's less than 8k. Actually, no. What I should do, I won't do this just now though, but what I should do is probably change this so that it won't make petroleum if this is less than like 2000. But I won't do that just now. I'll do that in the next episode. What I want to do now is a bit more exciting. Let's come down here. Now, I have made a couple of very minor changes. Well, A, I've put modules in them all, but that won't get copied through our blueprint. B, there was actually a yellow belt in here, so I've replaced it with express transport belt. And up here there was a red splitter that did nothing, and I've replaced that with an express belt because it's not needed as a splitter. And this one was a red piece of belt. It's now blue belt, so normal express. It's not this stuff, but it's still pretty good. I think that was all. I'll just run very quickly back to the base so we can have a quick look what we had originally in the original design. Well, the original tested, modified, then brought over here design, however you wish to describe that. But yeah, there you go. You can see it there. The completely surplus, that goes nowhere on any of them. So, and that one also became express belt, and there's that yellow one. So, just those very minor modifications across the whole lot. But it does. Oh, the other thing that I did is I have stopped building more rocket silos. Oh, that's bad. Ouch. We already have enough, so I don't need to build more. We just have to lay what we've got down. Now, as far as this goes, this is the feed to the rocket control units. This should be, it's only green belt, but that's the second fastest. If that's not sufficient, there's no way that our one belt will be able to supply 2 rows. Our one, slightly faster, 2 rows of 20 machines. So I'm assuming that will be sufficient. So I'm going to leave it alone. What I'm going to do is scroll back pretty much as far as I can, which actually isn't very far. We don't need that blueprint anymore. Let's grab a blueprint, and we basically want to make sure that we copy, say, from there. How far down we can go. Do I want to go over one? I don't actually want to do the starting one at all. No. I'll do it from here. Because this has these things coming in and I want to slap it down, so those are going to be confusing. So I don't want that. Let's do it from here. Let's grab, say, 3 of them. Yes, that will do. And we should be able to go like so. One, 2, Oh, trees. Trees getting in our way. How dare they? Trees, go away. What else is there here that needs to go? There are definitely things. So we are going to need another one of these guys, but I don't know where. So I think I'll lay down another few yes, that one is the one that we want. We'll lay down a little bit more of this until we run into a problem. Until we run out of room, basically. Is that where that goes? I think so. Which will be very soon. And then I'll find a decent place for our next RoboPort to go, because all of this needs to be in the logistics network, of course. Right, RoboPort. Interesting, go that distance. Well, we probably need more rather than less, so let's put it in, say, there. Wow. Won't tell us because it's not powered. For this poor one. We're using most of our 1450 construction robots. That's awesome. Why aren't we building up the top here? We are. Can we take out these trees? Yes. I might need to run some power along here just to ensure that that is able to work. That seems like a good idea. There we go. Excellent. We can get rid of some more trees. And we are obviously going to need more support down the bottom here, so let's get rid of some trees. Let's see if we can get another RoboPort in. Maybe there. Another one, say, there. Hard to tell exactly where we want it. There we go, power to the robo ports. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's press on. There's our pattern. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And of course we need another robo port at some point in there. Let's just see where we need it. No, we need it in... probably need it about there. Let's get some power to it. Excellent, more tree clearance. More Mercer building. Mega rocket silo array. That works, yes. Okay, and finally, we only have one row left. Oops, I hope I didn't mess that up. Oops. Can't really tell. And we'll build straight over whatever resource that is. And there you have it, folks. When you come back next time, we will basically have a completed Mercer. What are we missing? We're missing Blue Belt of all things. I wonder if that medium pole is medium pole Mark 1s. We can always go back through it and fill them out with medium pole Mark 4s later, so I'm not worried about that. This is a little bit fascinating. In a sort of, in a weird way. I know we've built all the main things. So it's just, yeah, inserters and the best of the vanilla transport belt, but only the third best of Bob's Mods transport belt. Anyway, time for a water. I probably need to extend my RoboPort over. All of this has to be in the network, of course. It's in the logistics network. Otherwise, the oil will have quite a job getting supplied. The light oil. How's that power grid doing? Oh. Ha. That is interesting. We're going to have to revisit power in the next episode. Yes. Obviously there's a lot more going on than just the things that I was taking account of with my 230 grid, but you know, doubling that won't be much of a job at all, so that's probably what we'll do. Anyway, thanks for joining me in this episode. Looking forward to seeing you next time when we start trying to, well, when we fix power, and when we maybe start adding connecting in some more of the lines, connecting in steel, so on and so forth. There's still quite a few things to, like little bits to do. We still need to duplicate the iron processing underneath and the copper processing. We still need to finish the satellites. But we are definitely making very good progress. Anyway, thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.